All right, this is JW. I've got a couple requests here from different people asking about the RMRs through NVGs. So wanted to set up the camera here just in the garage. What we got going is a couple targets down there, exactly 20 feet from a Gen 3 Mod 3 night vision tube, recording with just an iPhone that's locked into an adapter here, so it's pretty good video quality. What you see downrange is just a single 8-hour IR chem light, just to give us a little bit of light. Otherwise, this is a completely dark garage, so there's no other natural visible light coming in. Me looking around, everything's just pitch black. So I've got two RMRs here. One of them is a RM07, and the other is an RM04. So the RM07 is the adjustable LED with a 6.5 minute dot. That's on my primary carry gun, and it's the red LED. You press both buttons, it goes into auto brightness, and then you've got the plus minus. You can dial it in there. So got a couple targets down there, like I said, 20 feet away in the dark. Just going to hold up this first RMR. It's in auto setting, so when you look down through it, I can, with my naked eye, just barely make it out. Through the night vision, obviously it's glowing like crazy. You can see through the window there, but it's really starbursting out pretty well. This gun also has tritium night sights. If I go off axis there, you can kind of see the night sights. And then looking down through, you've got the red dot. So if I come up and adjust this, I go down 1 click, down 2 clicks, it's just barely visible, 3 clicks, that's it. So to the naked eye, what would look like the off setting in this RMR, you basically have a very, very low illumination level dot that's still very capable of aiming, but at a target with almost no extra IR energy being displayed on it. So that's at the basically off setting of the RMR. If I step it up 1 notch, that's what you see there. You get a little bit of bloom, but it's probably a pretty healthy dot to be able to see there. With the naked eye, it's barely visible. All right, now looking at the RM04. This is a all tritium and fiber sort of setup. And so this is batteryless. It's always going to have some light to it until the tritium dies out. And so in the dark, what's being illuminated there is the tritium itself. There's no ambient light to go through that fiber, so that's all tritium, and that's all the adjustment you get. You can't be changing that at all because it's not. It's all internal there. So covering up the window isn't gonna dye that down at all. The other thing you'll see is the tritium night sights on this FNX as well. So those kind of bloom it out a little, but the tritium's very visible there with no extra lume. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is just crack the door to the garage. So I still can't see anything downrange with the naked eye. I can see my hands in front of me, but that's about it. We're going to start again with the RM07. I'll put it back into auto brightness. And so it's really doesn't have that much ambient to pick up, but you'll probably be able to see my hands a little better. Putting that downrange. Obviously, you get the glow off of the light behind me, and then you can see the flaring of the auto brightness dot. You can still see through the window decently, but a pair of dual night vision goggles would be great because that other eye would be completely unobstructed. So that's your auto setting there with that RMR. Let me step it down. Let's Let's go back on target. Down 1, down 2, down 3. So I basically have no cognizance of that minimum setting that was showing up before. Go up one step, find the dot again, and that's looking pretty decent. And then again, back to auto. Starting to flare some. Okay, here's the RM04 with just this little bit of extra natural light coming in. Like I said, I can't see the targets to my naked eye, but I can see my hands in front of me. So the RM04, again, is the dual-illuminated. This is still visible there, but the kind of the flare off my hands is blowing out the image a little bit. Let me go left hand. If I tip it towards the door, maybe might pick up. Nope. So it's really washing out just on my hand because of the natural light coming through the door. All right, what we see here is a X300 Vampire sitting off to a table next to me, illuminating the target. The reason I didn't put it on the gun just yet is to kind of show you what an offset IR illumination looks like. So this is a pretty bright illuminator. It's driven by a LED rather than being a laser or something like you put on a rifle. And we'll start with the RM07 again. This is the adjustable LED, and it's set to auto. So coming up on target here, you can definitely see through the window better. And there's my dot. So in auto, this is very, very usable. So I haven't had to touch anything. This is basically how it comes out of the holster in the automatic setting with extra illumination being sent downrange to those targets. So very usable in auto. Show you, turn it down, one click. You get a nice definition on the dot. One more click, just barely visible. And there's still one more, and it basically goes off. If you wanted to crank that up even higher, we could start there in the auto. We could step it up again, step it up again, and you're really getting that super bright glowing perspective. Now with the RM04, the dual-illuminated Tritium one, all we're getting is Tritium energy, and the IR down there seems to be overpowering it. You can just barely see that dot now, right around the bowl. And because I don't have any controls, I can't turn that up. And that's what I get. So as soon as I turn that IR on downrange, it's completely washing it. All right, one final example. We've kind of established that the RM04 with additional IR energy is challenging. It's not very visible with the Tritium only, whereas the adjustable RMR, the RM07, RM06, any of those, shows up pretty great with extra illumination. So that was, first it was an offset light. Now I'm gonna put that Vampire Surefire onto the weapon itself. Here, come on target, just completely dark, and then add the Vampire. You see the dot's still completely visible there. So this is with the weapon light. So I think it's fairly clear that the dual-illuminated tritium ones are going to give you some challenges under night vision. The adjustable LED ones, they may work out for you, or excuse me, the non-adjustable automatic LED ones with no buttons, they may work out for you, but you might not be able to find a good setting that works for you. So with the adjustable, you can come in here, you can really crank it up if you want a nice bright dot, or you can turn it down for a real fine aiming point. Thanks for watching.